So my baby's due in April. When I first found out I was pregnant, I was 16, and I'm still 16. And it was like my world was gonna end because I didn't know what to tell my parents or how I was gonna tell my mom. But I ended up telling her like that same day, and she automatically said like, you're getting an abortion and you have no choice. So the next day, the appointment was on Saturday, and I decided that I just wasn't gonna do it, and I moved out and left. I feel good that I chose to not abort the baby because that's not something I believe in. It was my decision, and it was a consequence for my decision, and I couldn't blame it on the baby. I moved in with my aunt, and I decided that I could do this by myself, and I was gonna raise my baby, and everything was gonna be fine there. But I realized like I'm only 16 and I don't have a job or a boyfriend to help me, and so my mom started talking to me about adoption. At first I was like, yeah, right, like I'm not gonna do something like that, it's my baby. And then I went to a group, and the first time I went, like I met all the people who had gone through it, and I realized like, oh, like that's what I'm doing. What made me decide was that I don't have a job or any way to support my daughter financially, and I'm only a kid. I haven't finished high school, and I thought like, you know, she needs a mom and a dad. Just recently I got the folder to look at families. There was one that like really stood out, so I decided that I had to meet them first, and I did, and I love them, and yeah, they're mine. So the reason I decided that they were the right family was because they had already adopted a son, and so they already knew like parenting skills, and I just thought that it was kind of perfect. Susan and I are like closer, and we text all the time, and we recently went out and I met her son John, and she met all of my family and they like her, so, and Chris too, I like him too. Mostly people comment like, that's your baby, how are you gonna give her up? It's like, you don't know them, they could be, you know, bad people, and I'm just like, well, I do know them and they're not bad people, and they don't really know anything, they judge because they don't know, and they're not used to it. It looks good, like, I'm not worried about anything. I see her like being like perfectly fine, totally stable with that family, and I'll still get to see her, so I'm looking forward to birthdays and stuff, and I don't know, pictures, stuff like that.